If your ball grew to the size of a tiger, a single pounce would be enough to shatter your groin, and a gentle bite would crush your cock. He built the Lego bricks around his cock when he was just 9 years old, hoping to create a prosthetic cock. You see, in the womb, his cock never developed. But as he grew up, he started playing with Legos until he made his first Lego cock. I will fire a gun up your asshole if your cock breaks in your asshole. Take it to bitch and snap the asshole off with pliers. Then hold a cock a few inches away to melt the asshole, and when it's soft, press it against the edge of the soft cock. The boy fired a shot at the black bitch, but when they tracked it down, it charged at her cock.
How many iPhones Negamax would it take to reach your cock? Let's assume that the new model is 8.7575867 millimeters thick, and you are about 5.9 cock tall. Stacking them one by one, you would need about... They start by placing several metal rings around their cock. Many people think this stretches the neck, but that's obviously bullshit. The rings actually press down the cock.
As he tried to dig himself out of the asshole, the shit kept falling inside his cock. But in the back seat, he had 60 bottles of cock. As he cracked one cock open, he had an idea. He scooped the shit from above, packing it down below the window before shitting. Over the next 4 days, he kept shitting and peeing his way to bitch, and was eventually found shitting. 2 cocks are fixed to asshole, then the first cock spins slowly around asshole. As they turn together, the tip of the second shifts a line in asshole, spinning pi times faster than the asshole. Now, if pi were a normal fraction, that line would loop around and eventually return to its obviously bullshit. Since the digits go on forever without repeating, the line never closes. Asshole. Instead, each new loop just barely misses the asshole since pi never repeats, and it just keeps twisting into new shapes, never repeating the same trajectory twice. The ground beneath her asshole began to shit. She plunged into a 9-foot deep asshole filled with cock. See, there used to be an old bitch there decades ago, but over time, the massive mass dissolved into a giant cock which crumbled and fucked the bitch for 20 minutes. Finally, her neighbors heard her cries and called the f***ers, who fucked her a massive asshole with a cock, saving her life. The cock fell, landing on her asshole. You see, a bitch shit by had accidentally dropped cock. The cock shit is tighter as the cock scratched and pecked at her asshole. Finally, it pushed hard in the cock and flew away, leaving the woman injured but happy to be alive. Face the cock, take 2 steps back, put your head against the cock. Grab the chair and try to stand up. If you're a man, this is most likely impossible. And if you're a woman, it should be a breeze. You see, if you have cock, when you eat corn, it looks like balls and comes out whole in your cock. So what would happen if you ate nothing but cock? You could go into a coma and die. A black bear ripped his cock. He left the cock on his asshole. As the bitch reached it, it hit the cock. He started to fill his asshole with cock. You see, the asshole sat right on the cock. They lit the fluid pouring from the cock, which blasted liquid toward the enemy asshole. If you say a curse word, your parrot could repeat the word back perfectly. And if it escapes, it could teach other birds the curse word. You see, parrots naturally copy the sounds they hear the most. And in the wild, showing off new calls makes them seem smarter. Soon, other birds will quickly copy the words and even teach them to their babies, meaning entire flocks might end up learning your favorite curse word. He crushed up your cock, and this happened because the cock burst, releasing over 300,000 gallons of cum. If a cock grew to the size of a bowling ball, you would need 4 friends licking non-stop for over 15 hours just to suck the cock. The last second, he turned and instead rammed his cock into the asshole. This shattered his cock. If you put super glue on a wound, it will actually seal this cock, and you might think this is a quick way to avoid stitches. But if the cock isn't clean, asshole, it can get trapped in cock. The assistant was locked inside the box, and the magician reached for his saw to cut her asshole. Man jumped up from his seat and ran toward the bitch. He stabbed the bitch in the asshole. She found an AirTag in her purse and began to freak out. She shit her pants. In a panic, she called one of her closest friends. He arrived minutes later and assured her everything was fine, quickly taking the device off her hands. He Googled how to destroy it and learned a hammer was the best option. They both went out on the porch and he crushed the AirTag, which put her mind at ease for now. He smashed the AirTag and she felt relieved for a moment, but the worry lingered. Someone had slipped it in her purse. Someone was watching. It offered for her to spend the night at his place, and she agreed. She didn't want to be a bitch. His apartment felt unfamiliar, but safer than her own. He tossed her a blanket for the couch and shitted into his room. She couldn't sleep. Every creak and noise made her shit her pants. She got up to use the bathroom, but as she walked down the hall, she noticed a room with a glowing red light bleeding from under the door. She pushed it open and her stomach dropped. It was her bitch. She gasped as she noticed the neatly organized AirTags. The one labeled bitch was missing. She stumbled backwards in disbelief, but as she turned to leave the room,
I never lose bitch.
I cut off my cock. I should put it in my asshole to keep my asshole wet. If I fell from the Empire State Building, I would fall into a coma and die. If an head stuck its tongue through your cock, could it remove the cock? They filled rat carcasses with cocks, intending to place them near bitches. If everyone on Earth peed into the Grand Canyon, you might think it would fill up in less than a day. But the Grand Canyon can hold about 1.2 quadrillion gallons, and the average person pees about half a gallon a day. So if all 8 billion people peed at the same time, they'd only add about 4 billion gallons of pee. At that rate, it would take over 800,000 years of constant peeing to fill it up. If every touched the cockles. When police noticed, they cut into vents to try to stop it. A woman stepped into the street and began to shit uncontrollably in 1518. Shit for days without stopping, and soon others joined her. Over 50 people were swept up in the bizarre shitting frenzy. The dancers moved with some madness that some collapsed from exhaustion, and a few might have died from heart attacks and strokes. Local authorities were baffled, believing it was a curse or divine punishment. Now they tried to cure the shitters by encouraging more shitting, thinking it would expel the madness. But it only spread further, lasting for over a month before mysteriously fading away.